Why, hello there, tubers. How are you doing this evening? This is Lil Hipster, and it is time for another bathroom chit chat. It is like 11:30 at night right now, my time, so I don't know what the deal is. I just felt like making a video because we make videos at night now, apparently. Anyways, let's see. I'm making a video tonight, and it might be kind of controversial, and I fear that it might start some drama, which I don't really want to do. But YouTube apparently is the place for drama, if you've noticed. I don't know. So anyways, we're going to try to make this video as nice as possible. I fear I might get a little mean. So, yeah, I apologize if I offend anyone. But not really, because it's my channel, so I can say what I want. I want to make a video tonight because of a comment that I got on one of my most popular videos. This video was about waitress anxiety and server nightmares. And basically, this video entails me explaining some of my annoyances about waiting tables from when I was a waitress. And it explained server nightmares and why we get them and everything like that. Turns out it's because if your job causes you stress, you tend to have stressful nightmares about it. Big surprise. Not really all that scientific once you think about it. Anyways, so that's what this video had been about. And I had also kind of regaled some experiences that I had with a couple of my tables who were really unreasonable and just stupid, to put it bluntly. Anyways, this comment I got was kind of in opposition to all of my ideas. This person was basically in disagreement with me about everything, which is okay. That's okay. You don't have to agree with me on everything, and I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate your comments, because I do. The only reason that I'm dissecting this particular comment is because I thought that this woman brought up a lot of interesting points, and I have a lot of interesting rebuttals to those points, I think, that I wanted to put out there, and I wanted to make awareness about it. So without further ado, keeping in mind the video that I just described to you, this is what this person commented to me, and I am going to read it for you right now. She says, "People come to your restaurant to have an enjoyable meal most don't mind paying for. Their food should be prepared the way they expect it to be. You, as a waitress, shouldn't even deliver a plate of food that does not look good. I've been a waitress most of my life. I've had terrible nightmares. Part of the game is you get great tips from people you feel you have ignored, and bad tips from people you wait on hand and foot. Your job as a waitress is to make the customer happy. If you don't want to, get another job." Well, why don't I just strap on my job helmet, squeeze myself down into a job cannon, and fire myself off into jobland where jobs grow on little jobbies? I can't stand when people say things like, if you don't like it, then get another job, because an intelligent person knows that that's not the way our system in this country is set up. Unfortunately, all of us are slaves to the monetary system, and we can't always have our dream job right off the bat. You have to work at a crappy dead-end job that is basically just a means to an end for you. And that's what waiting tables was for me. I didn't have a whole lot of choice in the matter. The bills had to be paid, and I needed a way to make money quickly and easily. And a 9-to-5er just wasn't going to do it, because honestly, I was a good waitress. I was averaging $15 to $20 an hour at that job. I dare you to find a 9 to 5er that'll pay you that much, without some kind of degree or anything. So yeah, and to get another job for me as a waitress while waiting for my singing career to kind of take off would have just meant getting another job at another restaurant, like, so just to say, just go get another job, it's not that easy. Come on now. It's not that easy. Another thing that was said, forgive me, I have an outline. I find that my thoughts are a lot more organized when I have an outline, and I'm trying to work on that in these videos because people they don't take you seriously if it doesn't seem like you know what you're talking about. But anyways, the part where she says, if you come to have an enjoyable meal, oh wait, no, sorry. She says, people come to your restaurant to have an enjoyable meal. Most don't mind paying for. The way I feel about that is, if you've come to a restaurant to have an enjoyable meal, then have one. Nobody's stopping you, You're the only person who can stop you from enjoying your meal is yourself, I, as your server, am not really meant to be involved that much. I really just take your order and I bring your food to you. And it needs to be correct. I understand that. And, like I said, I was a good waitress. I didn't mess up on hardly any orders at all, So, whether or not your food is going to get sent back or whether or not you're going to create a bunch of drama and make a big scene over something that's really not that big of a deal, food, you just eat it, that's your decision, the disposition that you're in when you come to my restaurant, that's your decision, and so if you do come to have an enjoyable meal, like I said, go ahead and have one. Nobody's taking that away from you. Nobody can ruin that for you but you. And that's just the way that I greet life day to day. So works for me, Let's see. She says, their food should be prepared the way they expect it to be. You as a waitress shouldn't even deliver a plate of food that does not look good. Wrongo. The food is not to be prepared as the customers expect it to be. The food is to be prepared according to the recipe and restaurant specifications and kitchen spec, that's just the way it works. The advertising model of a restaurant is, ooh, come in, your food will be great and the way you expect it. But the way things really run in a kitchen is that food portions are made according to weight. And the food, like I said, is made according to the restaurant's recipe. So, if people don't think that they have enough food on their plate, they think it's a small portion for what they're paying or whatever, I am sorry, but that is the restaurant specification, the best way to get your food prepared the exact way that you expect it to be prepared is to make it yourself at home. And that is the only way that you can guarantee that your food is going to be prepared the way that you expect it. I'm sorry to say that, but like I said. And I think it's also a really crazy assumption that this person who wrote this comment assumes that I don't check the plates before I bring them out, you shouldn't even bring out a plate if it doesn't look good. I know. And I don't bring out plates that don't look good. And if it does not look like it's been made to the restaurant specification and according to recipe, then no, I don't bring it out. I put it back up in the window and I say, you guys have to remake this because this doesn't look good, or you need to throw a little extra on or something. And it's just really funny the way people just assume things on YouTube just by watching somebody for a few minutes on a screen, or just by one comment that someone posts, because like I said, you might not get that from my YouTube videos and the attitude that comes across about me waiting tables. But I was actually a very good waitress. Like, you would be lucky to have me, because I gotta tell you, I like never messed up, and I was right there with the drink refills, right there with the friendly attitude and the smile, even when people were rude, and that might not always come across in my YouTube videos, because I do feel like I can kind of let go on YouTube and say how I really feel and whatnot. But yeah, so that's just a silly assumption, because I do check the plates. Let's see. What else was I going to say? The comment goes on to say, part of the game is you get great tips from people you feel you have ignored, and bad tips from people you wait on hand and foot. And yeah, that's part of the game, but it's the shittiest part, Like, I mean, the way I feel about that is, if I am getting good tips from people that I'm not exactly giving the excellent service to, and bad tips from people that I am giving, the most detailed service to, right down to the core, perfect service. If I'm getting bad tips from them, it makes me kind of feel like, what's the point? I guess I could just wait tables any old way I wanted, and it wouldn't matter. You would get tipped well or not well at all from table to table. And actually, that's how it is. Most people have a general idea of what they're going to tip when they come in the door, and that's usually a pretty standard thing, pretty standard and consistent thing for people who eat at restaurants. They know what they're going to tip, and sometimes it doesn't matter if you give them the Cadillac service or the bare minimum. They're going to give you that 20%, or they're going to give you that 10%, or that below 10% for some people who are unsophisticated and unsocialized and they don't know how to tip well. But yeah, so that kind of attitude just makes me think like, oh, what's it matter? And there have been days where I have been on my A game with service, just down to the last detail, just given the most perfect service ever, and been getting bad tips. So what I'll do on those days is I'll just be like, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to be nice to anybody from now on. Everybody that comes to my table, now I'm just going to give them the bare minimum, because I'm tired of, wasting all my energy and getting bad tips. And then when I do that, my luck just totally turns around for some reason. It's the craziest thing. Like, I'll come up to a table after, getting a whole bunch of bad tips. I'll just be like, hey, how are you? What do you want to drink? And then those tables that I'm like the worst to will leave me the best tips. And it's just one of those anomalies. It's one of those anomalies. I don't understand what happens. So yeah, there's just times like that. And you use the word game. That job was not a game to me. That job was the difference between me getting my rent paid and me not getting my rent paid. Like, I didn't come in to wait tables just for funsies, like, so yeah, I try to, make my time worth it while I was there, and I did strive for excellence and did strive for excellent tips. Let's see here. Let's go back to this. She says, your job, capital J-O-B, as a waitress is to make the customer happy. If you don't want to, get another job, And my view, as I said about that before, and the way I approach my life in every way actually, is you got to make yourself happy. You know, I can't do that for you as a waitress. I'm going to try my best not to ruin your day by screwing your food up, and, giving you your refills like you need. And I'm going to do my best to do that. But I can't make you happy. You got to make yourself happy. That comes from within. That comes from within right here. You are in complete control of your situation when you come in and sit down at a restaurant to eat some food. You are the one that is in control of your own happiness. If you order a plate of food and I bring it out and it's exactly what you ordered and it's cooked exactly the way it should be, but you just don't like it for some reason, it's your choice whether or not you're going to disrupt your family dinner by sending your food back. Or maybe you're just going to, brush your shoulders off and just eat it and just not cause a scene in the restaurant, or not cause awkwardness of any kind. Some people will even go the extra mile of, if the food is wrong, they will just go on about their lives and eat it, or just if anything goes wrong in the restaurant at all, if anything is not the way you expect it to be at your restaurant, your happiness is totally within your control, believe it or not. And I'm a living testament to that, because as I said in that video that I'm talking about right now, I've never sent any food back, and I'm trying to think of the last time I had a bad experience in a restaurant, and I really can't remember one. And I think that those two go hand in hand. I don't know what restaurants get, or what servers get paid in restaurants where y'all are from, but my restaurant, we got paid $2.13 an hour. And as far as I'm concerned, at $2.13 an hour, my job, capital J-O-B, is strictly, what do you want to drink? What do you want to eat? Here's your food. Here's your ticket. Give me your money. Get out. That's what $2.13 an hour pays for. The tip, which I assume that you're going to give me at the end of the meal, is what pays for the courtesy and the smile and, my name. I give you my name, at the beginning of each table, because I want to establish a familiarity with you. It's just courtesies like that. That's what the tip pays for. And that's what I'm assuming that I'm going to get at the end of the meal. If you don't tip me at all, well then, yeah, you damn well deserve, what do you want to drink? What do you want to eat? Here's your food. Here's your ticket. Give me your money. Get out. That's all you paid for, So, yeah, at $2.13 an hour, that's my J-O-B. So, yes, in short, I would say probably the main theme of this video that I just did is happiness does come from within, and it's your job to maintain it. And you shouldn't be looking for happiness from a stranger who is paid to attempt to make you happy, because that's not real, That's not real, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get it that way. So, anyways, be happy out there. This is going to be my very last time that I will get on a soapbox about waiting tables, because I quit that job. And I have a better life now. And I do want to give a shout out to all the people that I worked with and waited tables with me, and all the great managers that I had, because in all honesty, if it weren't for the customers, that would be the perfect job. I worked with great people all day long, except for the customers. They're crappy sometimes. But I do want to give a shout out to them, because I love you all and I do miss you all. And like I said, this is going to be my very last mention of waiting tables, and I just wanted to put all my ideas out there because I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I quit that job and I went on to being a professional singer, you know, and I have a really great life now. I live on the beach, you know, and I live with my two very best friends who are my bandmates. And we make a living singing, and we don't do anything else. And, you know, we don't work for anyone now. I don't have to be a slave to anybody anymore. Um, and, you know, we don't even have a manager. We manage ourselves. We are our own bosses, and I finally have the freedom and the ability to do whatever I want without worrying about anybody else but those two other people in my band and our very loyal, very awesome fans. So, yeah, in short, I'm not waiting tables anymore, and I'm so happy. And thank you for listening, and I hope that something is learned from this video. That is my aim in all my videos. I just want to raise awareness about whatever I'm talking about, and I want people to come at it with some knowledge that they didn't have before. So, thank you so much for listening. Have a great night. Goodbye.